Welcome back. And now for the news in detail. The president of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Khalifa, met in Abu Dhabi the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar Al-Sharif and president of the Muslim Council of Elders, His Eminence Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyib. Sheikh Abdurrahman conveyed to the Grand Imam the greetings of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, as well as their appreciation of His Eminence's efforts in serving Islam and its noble values. He expressed the Council's appreciation for the role of Al-Azhar Al-Sharif and the Muslim Council of Elders under the leadership of His Eminence in promoting tolerance, virtue and moderation, as well as defending principles, values and adapting to the requirements and developments of the era. For his part, His Eminence the Grand Imam praised the wise approach of the Kingdom of Bahrain led by His Majesty the King in supporting and disseminating the values of coexistence, moderation and unity among Muslims, commending the important role played by the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs in supporting and consolidating authentic values. At the end of the meeting, Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Khalifa presented His Eminence the Grand Imam with a copy of the audio and visual recordings of the Holy Quran, which were recorded by the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, featuring 3 Bahraini reciters as part of the Bahrain Quran project, which has been reviewed and approved by the Al-Azhar Al-Sharif for printing and distribution. The Minister of Labour and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Labour Market Regulatory Authority, the LMRA, Jamil bin Mohammed Ali Hameidan, led the delegation of the Kingdom of Bahrain in the 7th ministerial meeting of the Abu Dhabi Dialogue countries held in Dubai, the UAE, from the 10th to the 12th of February. The Minister highlighted the key initiatives undertaken by the Kingdom of Bahrain in the field of protecting the rights of migrant workers, emphasizing the efforts of the Kingdom in combating human trafficking and the achievements made in this regard. The ministerial meeting resulted in the issuance of the Dubai Declaration, which emphasized the importance of continued cooperation between member countries of the Abu Dhabi Dialogue regarding migrant workers. The declaration also included a number of recommendations. On the sidelines of the meeting, Hameidan held a series of discussions and meetings with the ministers of labor and heads of delegations from the Gulf Cooperation Council countries and participating Asian countries. He also met with the representatives of international organizations participating in the meeting, where they discussed ways to enhance bilateral cooperation and exchange expertise in the field of labor management, transfer and employment. The Minister of Social Development, Osama bin Ahmed Khalaf Al-Asfour, received Director General of the Executive Bureau of the Council of Ministers of Labour and Ministers of Social Affairs in the GCC states, Mohammed bin Hassan Al-Ubaidli. The Minister congratulated Al-Ubaidli on obtaining the trust of the leaders of GCC states, wishing him success in performing his duties. The meeting discussed ways to enhance cooperation between the two sides. Al-Asfour confirmed the role of the Bureau in formulating sustainable institutional strategies to advance joint GCC action and achievements by providing distinguished studies and research that serve the GCC citizens in development and social affairs. The Minister affirmed Bahrain's keenness to advance joint GCC action. The Director General stressed the importance of unifying efforts to develop joint GCC action programs to advance social care in the GCC states, in line with the visions of the GCC leaders. He praised the Kingdom's efforts in enhancing cooperation towards more sustainable GCC development goals. The Minister of Education, Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak Jum'ah, received the Director of the Arab Educational Training Center for the Gulf States, Dr. Fatma Ghanem Al-Madid, on the sidelines of the Center's Board of Trustees meeting hosted by Bahrain. Also present was Policy, Strategies and Performance Under-Secretary Nawal Ibrahim Al-Khatar. The two sides discussed areas of cooperation between the Ministry of Education and the Center by increasing the number of beneficiaries from the Center's specialized training programs. Dr. Jum'ah commended the efforts being made by the Center to enhance joint education action among the member states of the Arab Bureau of Education for the Gulf States. For her part, Dr. Fatma Ghanem expressed thanks and appreciation to the minister, praising the efforts of the Education Ministry to support the Center's programs and initiatives. The Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan bint Najib Tawfiqi, visited the Youth Center in Oman on the sidelines of her participation in the activities of the Oman Innovation Festival. The Minister met with Acting Executive Director of the Youth Center, Maryam bint Nasser Al-Kharbushi. The Minister toured the Center's department and facilities and was briefed on its services, existing projects and future plans to empower youth and build their capabilities. Tawfiqi also met with the Center's young leaders of a group of Omani youth and listened to their ideas about several initiatives and their visions for developing youth skills and abilities in various fields. She affirmed the effective role of youth centers in the GCC states as they represent a suitable environment to embrace young people, develop their talents, and lead them towards participating in the development process of their countries. The minister praised the center's services and confirmed the ministry's keenness to cooperate in launching joint initiatives and programs. The Chief Executive Officer of the Real Estate Regulatory Authority, Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, emphasized the Kingdom of Bahrain's commitment to adopting innovative solutions and its dedication to formulating strategic plans aimed at providing housing services to its citizens. He highlighted the launch of the enhanced version of the Beiti real estate platform, which offers citizens seeking financial services a wide range of real estate and financing consultations. He added that the platform facilitates the process of selecting suitable housing that matches citizens' needs and aspirations. Sheikh Mohammed emphasized that the platform represents a distinctive initiative in delivering housing services efficiently and innovatively in line with the digital transformation of government services. He further added that the platform serves the existing partnership between the government and private sectors in adopting major real estate projects, as well as contributing to attracting more real estate developers to invest and seize new and distinguished housing opportunities. Following the directives of the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the riders of the Royal Endurance Team participated in the custodian of the Two Holy Mosques International Endurance Cup, the Knights Cup, for a distance of 120 kilometers in Al Ula Governorate in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The championship is organized by the Royal Commission for Al Ula in partnership with the Saudi and International Equestrian Federations, with the participation of 200 male and female riders representing 50 countries from around the world. Sheikh Najla bin Salman Al Khalifa, a rider from the Royal Endurance Team, and the Al Safinat team achieved fourth place in the championship after a strong competition witnessed in the 120-kilometer race. The race also witnessed the participation of several riders from the Royal Endurance Team. The stages of the race were challenging for the riders due to the desert terrain, but the stages witnessed excitement and competitiveness among the participants. The riders of the Royal Endurance Team will participate in a 160-kilometer race for the custodian of the Two Holy Mosques International Endurance Cup, the Knights Cup, with wide participation and riders from around the world. The Royal Team will be represented in the race by riders Uthman Al-Awadi, Mohammed Al-Hashimi and Hamid Al-Janahi. Sayyid Yahya Al-Naimi from Qatar won first place in the 120-kilometer race, while Faris Abu Ras from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia came in second, and Hamid Hamid Al-Tamimi from the UAE came in third. The National Action Charter places significant emphasis on the youth segment, recognizing their critical role as a driving force behind Bahrain's promising future. More in this report.
The National Action Charter marks a significant milestone in Bahrain's journey of modernization and civilizational achievements. Its profound impact on the elevation of the youth and sports movement has led to remarkable accomplishments across various domains, thanks to the enlightened vision and directives of His Majesty the King, along with the aspirations of His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. The Charter's influence has positioned Bahrain as a renowned destination for hosting diverse sports events. This achievement is a direct result of the enabling environment fostered by the Charter, with Bahrain's capabilities and skilled personnel gaining international recognition and instilling confidence in international federations. As a result, Bahrain has rightfully earned its reputation as the capital of youth and sports, solidifying its status as a premier hub for athletic excellence. Bahrain has demonstrated a dedicated focus on enhancing and empowering its youth through the implementation of comprehensive support systems and the establishment of dedicated facilities. Through targeted programs designed to discover, nurture, and showcase the talents of Bahraini youth across various fields, Bahrain has fostered personal growth and contributed to the overall development of its youth. With the National Action Charter as a guiding principle, Bahrain remains steadfast in its pursuit of excellence and the development of its youth and sports sectors, paving the way for continued growth, progress, and the realization of even greater accomplishments.
The Kingdom of Bahrain upholds the principle of collaboration among its authorities as enshrined in the Constitution and the National Action Charter to promote comprehensive reform initiatives during the prosperous reign of His Majesty the King.
Drawing from the solid foundation established by the National Action Charter and the Constitution, the executive, legislative and judicial authorities of Bahrain collaborate harmoniously to drive comprehensive national development. The legislative progress observed across various domains within the kingdom has been rooted in the principle of cooperation among the three authorities. This principle is exemplified through the integration of national plans, programs and objectives, all while safeguarding the rights and accomplishments of citizens in accordance with sound national principles, regulations and mechanisms. Countless meetings and ongoing dialogues between the executive and legislative authorities reflect a resolute national spirit in realizing the principle of cooperation, leveraging it as means to achieve the highest levels of success that serve the nation's greater interests and establish principles of social justice. This is accomplished through the active participation of representatives of the people in decision-making processes and the expression of opinion on various subjects and issues. Guided by the principles enshrined in the National Action Charter and the Constitution, the executive, legislative and judicial branches work seamlessly to drive comprehensive national development and translation to the vision of His Majesty the King and the guidance of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister.
The third edition of the Housing Financing Exhibition has commenced, organized by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning and Housing Bank at City Centre Bahrain. The exhibition features the participation of several real estate developers, in addition to 8 banks and commercial institutions.
With a range of exclusive offers and a vast selection of properties, the Housing Financing Exhibition was inaugurated at City Centre with the participation of real estate companies, brokerage companies and commercial banks engaged in the housing financing program. Over the course of 10 days, the exhibition will offer diverse options for citizens seeking to benefit from housing services, as it features 10,000 properties across various areas in the kingdom. It provides all the components of the housing financial services system under one roof, facilitating citizen selection of the appropriate service. The exhibition also witnessed the inauguration of the upgraded version of the Beatty Real Estate platform, which provides real estate and financing consultations to citizens wishing to benefit from financial services that match their living needs and financial solvency.
The 2023 Formula One Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix won the Event Innovation Award at the F1 Promoter Awards in London. The ceremony recognizes key achievements of F1 venues across the world, with Bahrain picking up the award for a number of industry-leading innovations over the last 12 months.